Alright. Well, practice is ending, everybody. And just a reminder, this is the GT3 Sprint Championship for Season 13, Round 10. It's the finale. And I can't be more excited. We're here at Spa-Francorchamps in the Ardent Forest of Belgium. And this track is my favorite track. Not only in the service, but in general. It's an amazing track. I hope everyone really enjoys it. And if you don't enjoy it, I wish nothing but wet socks for you, because how dare you? This is an amazing track. All that's said and done is we have the qualifying just underway, and we'll get to it as soon as I get through this very long lap. And we are back. Welcome, everybody. This is qualifying. And we will get to whoever's in the front of this pack shortly. There was an easier way to do this, but I forgot. This is what happens when we take a week off. The guy who has to do this forgets things. Yikes! That's Trevor Bonesteel into the wall there. Didn't even make it through the campus and Stavlo section. Ugh. That was turn 14 and 15. Marshall Scary is going to be a first driver to take us to a hot lap. Unless... Yeah. Alright. Yeah. This is it. And we'll go on board. Marshall Scary. See if he can put himself together for a solid lap here. Little uneasy going through the entry of La Source there. Hope he is able to get a better entry here for Eau Rouge. It's fairly planted there. No draft for this driver on the Keppel Straight, but I don't think he really needs one. I mean, it would be beneficial, but your closest driver is 21 seconds ahead. And we have two drivers so far have not done so well on their first lap and have already done track limit violations. Now 3 drivers. So this first lap for them is going to be non-existent on the timing boards. They'll have to run it back. So we only have 11 minutes and 23 seconds here in qualifying. We're looking at a 2-minute 17 as the fastest. There is 2-minute 16s, but aliens don't count. Most drivers, having to fight the car mid-corner is not ideal. And it is just all maximum push here through Blanchimont, then the bus stop. Where could Marshall Scary put himself? He is a Pro-Am driver, so we're going to still see a very good time out of him. The 217, 218, 219s are all very competitive up and down the grid. As he crosses the line, he did a 218.6. It's going to be dropped down into second already with Javecki. He crosses line with the 217.6. Nicholas Mazza with a 218.1. Chris Lambeth with a 218.1. J.D. Daniel with a 17.9. Cameron Dick with a 17.9. Austin McGill with a into P3. The order's shaking up a lot so far. And through goes Eric Neville, who's gonna have to go again. I guess his lap was invalidated. Doesn't look like it says it was, but no time on the board for Eric. Arnaud Gnest is P1 at the moment with a 2:16.8, and he's getting a really good run here on who is that? Austin McGill, which is gonna he's gonna get out of the way for that driver, which is interesting. I'm not sure if Austin McGill was on a flyer or not. I mean, he's not on an outlap, so that's something. JD Daniel back into the pits. What happened here? Ooh. He did not like something that was going on there. All right. So we have 27 drivers who have set times on the board from 2:16, 2 drivers in the 2:16, all the way down to P28 with a 2:25 on the board. A lot of room to be made. I think there's over 40-something drivers that are in this race. So about half the grid has not set a time on the board. And it is all sorts of chaotic here as people trying to find their way through the traffic. And look at that. That is a blinky car. I'm not even sure who that is. The person behind is not excited about it, though. Take a look at that. That's Craig Reese, who's like, there's a car there, but I can't see him. And they still haven't popped back up. Yeah, that's going to be a difficult one. All the stuff on track. We got Hayden Mamenga, who has not set a time on the board. Richard Sever, who's not set a time on the board. He's on a flyer, though. As Arnaud Gnest just went faster on that lap. Now he's 0.2 quicker than Jeff Koffold, who did show the respective time to beat him in practice. Richard Sever here crossing the line. What's he going to do on the board? P19 for him as he climbs up the order. Rodrigo Theory in the 24th. Elliott Burton in 22nd. He's ahead in the Pro-Ams of his rivals. Not even really his rivals, his sister team, who he has to beat this race in order to secure that that P1 for him. Remember, Draft Punk. Oh, and Peter Flanner is even here. I don't know if Peter Flanner's here. If he's not, then that's bodes no well for their team championship, as they're 3rd in the championship right now. Matt Benson in the pit lane. Christopher Daniels out there on track. This is an outlap for him, so he's got to go again. Adam Tingles on a flyer. He's got a little bit of uneasiness through the entry there. That's Tyler Anderson, who's going a little bit slow. Not sure where Tyler Anderson is. He is 4th right now. Arnaud runs with Valhalla Motorsports, so he's teammates with Jeff and Austin. Oh, these two guys. All right. A bunch of people running with these teams, but he doesn't rep the livery, so good on him for not trying to confuse us by any means. But is he getting a little bit of a assistance from Jeff? Is that blocking? No, he's just trying to get out of the way. And he's flying. Trevor Peterson here. This is an outlap for him. He's got a flyer to do, and he's only going to get 2 chances, so he's got to really cobble something together on this lap. There's no doubt there. He's new to the group, so welcome to the league there. Same with Hayden Mamenga. And who else? Lee Winters, who's out there. I think he was blinking earlier, but welcome to the league there, Lee Winters. Colby Mann in the pits, not setting a time on the board. I'm not sure about that one. Braden Daniels, another new addition to the league. Welcome. A lot of Porsches out here, I'll say that. A lot of Porsches. That being said, we still got a couple more. Well, I think besides Arnaud Ganess, who is new to the league, as his first race that I've seen him in. Cameron Dick, who's out there in the Porsche Rexy. He is in 9th place, the 218.2. It really goes to show you, there's not a lot of people doing the 217s. Actually, that was his recorded best was a 217.9. From P3 to P10 are in the 217s. P11 of Trevor Boncio is on the flush of the 218s, as Christopher Daniel goes faster and makes that now another 217. Trevor Boncio is in 12th with the 218. All the way down to 28th position is the 218s, high 218s of Chris Moulton, who is right there in 28th. 29 is Scott Weber, who's 219 on the bottom end of those, all the way down to P36. After P36, it goes into the 220s, 221s, and every other driver that had a erroneous time on the board that was past that is actually kind of leaned in on that a little bit. I don't even know what you mean. Oh, Mark Miller in the pits, still nothing on the board. Trey Mistack, he's just goofing. He's not going to set a time on the board here. If he does, that would be impressive. Reminder that Trey Mistack is 5th in the team, or 5th in the Pro Series on the overall, and he is qualified from last position. Never qualifying, actually, I should say, and just starting where it puts him out of the people that didn't qualify, and has raked up that many points as an end result and is in 5th position on the title. Tyler Anderson is in 4th, and he qualifies. There's no shade to anybody there. That's just an impressive step. Max Poe, no time on the board, and he's got to get a time on the board. He's got one chance left to go as he passes Tom Smith. Is this going to be the moment for him? He has been pretty speedy in the last race, and Tom Smith does what we've going to... Ooh! Monkey see, monkey do. That's Tom Smith and I believe Aaron Siciliano, who have both taken to the barrier there. And to be quite frank, it happens all the time here at Spa. People misjudge Blanchimont, and that rear gets sent out and go right into the left-hand wall there. It happens. Max Poe did set a time on the board, and that's P26 with a 2:18.5. Now back over to Jeff Koffold, who has just taken back over that the reins there on P1 over Arnaud Ganest. Corvette is not fun here. Rooting for Jeff or Tyler to win the ship. I gotta tell you guys, Jacob Simmons, without having to do anything this race, Trevor Bonesteel goes a little bit quicker now. He's in the 217s, no longer in the 218s. In P9 over Joshua Grosso in 10. 217.7. Mighty impressive. Those 217s are really coming together. We're now at P3 to P14 in the 217s. And thank you, Jabrir97, for the follow. Yeah, this championship is pretty much said and done for the pros. I mean, it is said and done. Jeff Koffold, who's in 2nd. John Javecki is in 3rd. John Javecki's in 8th in the qualifying. Jeff is in 1st. It's only to cement Jeff's record to be P2 in the championship, but by no means can he crawl back the points to win over Jacob Simmons, who's not participating in this race, for the overall. The overall right now, Jacob Simmons has 2,923 points. Jeff has 2,325 points. He's got 90 points more than John Javecki, who's in 3rd. Finish for the championship. Let's see. Brandon Burns is actually winning the overall on the championship, but not by much. There is a possibility if Richard Sevra, and qualifying has ended. It is on the board. And, I mean, some people are still out there. Give that away here. Marshall Scari crossing the line. Is he going to be able to improve here on his time? Oof. Anthony Jenkins finds the barrier at Alvarez. Daniel Haynes, who's sitting in third. I believe this is a newer driver, or he's done one race. Maybe just one race or two races, but one of the Valhalla livery guys. Marshall Scari did not improve, I don't think. And neither did this driver. Oh, come on. Who is that Rexy? Well, the Rexy moved into the pits. I don't think they continued on that one. Another driver who's just calling it quits right there. All right. All right, Trevor Peterson wants to cross the line. He goes across. He's in 38th right now. Is that a better finish for him? I can't tell. No, nothing on the board. And nothing else from any of these other drivers. Tyler Anderson, he's in 5th. Nobody's improving yet. Close. 5th for Tyler. 6th for Eric Neville. And neither one of them improved upon that lap. Unfortunate top 5 drivers. Well, hey, let's just see how it goes. We have our grid. Sort of have our grid. We have to flip over in a second. You can see who P1 through 15 is. Further back, we have Blake Patterson in P16, Aaron Siciliano in 17, Dylan Maroney in 18, Nicholas Mazda in 19, Marshall Scari in 20, Elliot Burton in 21, Rodrigo Guerrero 22, Alex Zier in 23, Zach Shelley in 24, Scott Weber in 25, Thomas Photos in 26, Chris Moulton 27, Max Poe 28, Richard Severs in 29th, Eric Koonsman is 30, Forrest Holland 31, Anthony V. Jenkins 32, Brian Zaborowski Jr. in 33, Dave Palmer 34, Jeff Lubich 35, Craig Reese 36, Braden Daniels 37, Tyler Kern 38, Adam Tingle 39, Steve McAllister 40. I believe this is where it's not going to get it right just yet. No, it did. Thomas Smith in 41, Mike Alton 42, Travis Bartlett 43, Lee Winters 44, Trevor Peterson 45, Colby Mann 46, Trey Mistack 47, Matt Benson 48. Is that it? 49 is Justin Cole. 50 is just J.R. Hoops. 51 is Charles Whedon. 52 is Mark Miller II. Christopher Russo in 43. 53. God. Hayden Hamenga in 54. And that is it, folks. Yikes. That's a lot of people to say. Richard Sevra, who's in 29th for the AM class. Brandon G. Burns is not here with us. So, yeah. Richard just has to finish this race. I mean, Forrest Holland is in the fight still. He is 3 positions behind. And the split there is... it's quite significant. He's got to overcome a 200-point deficit to Bright. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, he's still going to pull like a 200-point deficit to Richard Sevra. It means Richard Sevra has to crash out this race, and Forrest Holland has to finish where he's at. He's right behind P1. This guy crashes out, and that's Forrest Holland with the win in the AM class, being promoted to... By the way, Richard Sevra's getting promoted to... the pros. Can't sit in that Pro-Am class. This guy's... he's fast. Is that really a lockout for these, Yeah, look at that. A lockout for the first 2 rows. And these, Valhalla Motorsports. I hope they race each other so hard that one of them ends up in the wall. What better way to start off the season finale of Season 13 than to have the most controversial thing happen in the league and have the Valhalla Motorsports, all 4 of these drivers just collect each other, lap 1, turn 1, La Source, maybe up in the into Radion. I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But look at that. Pax Oceani's right behind them, ready to take over the points. Anything can happen. This is Spa. Most notably, every time we come here, at least a handful of people will end up in that infamous wall right here off to the right, which is their left. That is turn 18 outside of Blanchimont into that wall. It happens so easily. Oh, actually, sorry, right here. Here we are. This left-hander, it's high speed. They hit the curb. They lose their rear. They go right into that wall right there, and it's nothing but a thing of beauty every time I see it. I feel bad for the driver, but as a viewer and as a commentator, it's awesome to see. And there's going to be a couple people here that are going to be fighting through the bus stop when this race starts. Guess we'll get to see who's who. As we are going green. Boogity boogity. Great launch off the start there for Jeff Koffold, and then down one for Arnaud Ganest here as he's got Daniel Haynes on the inside line, has already overtaken him for P2. And look at that, Austin McGill maybe fighting for this position. Oh, he slots right behind Arnaud there. And then there's Eric Neville ready to scrap. He's already got up a position over Tyler Anderson, and the other 2 Pax Oceanis are already right there following suit. As this line looks to be clean so far, but it could totally be not clean. Yes, it's not clean! There is a driver off in the background. And that is one driver that has been sent into the wall, but everyone else has made it through. And that was a missile, if I've ever seen one. Nicholas Mazza is down 7 positions. Aaron Siciliano down 8 positions. Something happened, maybe in La Source or up through Eau Rouge. Wasn't big enough for them to lose a significant amount of positions, but 7 and 8, that's a lot, to say the least there. As Max Poe makes a move there on Craig Reese. He's already up 5 positions. He's even down a couple himself. Not a great start for some of these drivers. Marshall Scari on the outside. Puon. Can he keep it together? It looks like Elliot Burton's going to get by him right here. No, he's got it still on the inside line for the next couple of corners. And it's going to go to Elliott there. And look at that. Even Rodrigo's scrapping to get a spot here. It's not just said and done, though, for him. It is for Elliott, though, who's gone by. Marshall Scar, who's still up a position, so it's not too bad as far as where he started this race. So far, so good, as everyone else at the top of the order is kind of like slotting in here. No changes just yet, no dives. Look at that, there looks to be a send there from Zach Shelley. It's not quite planted, and he's going to stay behind for the moment. Nicholas Mazza, even further back, we have drivers trying to make some moves here. That's not Trevor Bonesteel, but it looks like him. That is Chris Moulton, just in the back there. And Anthony V. Jenkins is going to go 3 wide here. Who is that in the middle there? Is that Max Poe, who just lost a position? And Craig Reese is going to slot him behind. He's in the middle. Anthony V. Jenkins now up 3. He's got to battle Craig Reese on the exit slightly. He's going to hold in that defensive line over him, but the Porsche versus the Ferrari here, and they're going too wide again, almost 3. And he's going to have to hold that, and he's actually losing out another position, possibly, to Max Poe. And then there's Tyler Kern also getting in the scrap here. And we're in the P30s, and it is not said and done just yet for any of these drivers. And, oh, it's going to be rough for Max Poe. He's going to possibly lose his position, maybe. And it looks good for him right now. Further up, we have Richard Sever, who's up 6 positions since the start of this race. And then going even further up to our top contenders, P1 is Jeff Koffold over Arnaud Gnest. And that gap is already quite formed. Look at that. That's 9/10 almost to P3 as well. And then Austin McGill in 4th. P1 through 4 has not changed positions since the start of this race. And they did at one point, but it's swapped back. And now they're just sitting in the line. A conga line, if you might. Further, not too far down the order there. There's Chris Lambeth in 12th, already gained 2. Alex Otham down 2. Blake Patterson up 2 as well. Cameron Dick down 2. As Dylan Maroney's up 2. Spencer Smith down 2. Maybe down another one. He's going to go side by side on the exit of La Source. Hope this gets resolved before they get... Yep, it is already resolved. Ah, God, I knew you were going to say something, Justin. I knew it. Hey, as a consummate professional, I can say someone's name and then not think about the consequences of that action there. But you just make your comments in the Twitch chat. Elliot Burton goes through and takes that from Spencer Smith. That position. Dan told me, they're not doing this Dan business again. Further back, it looks still fairly clean. Michael Authen is down 5 positions, but it looks like he's going to regain one right here as he's overtaking Trevor Peterson for P46, and he goes on by. Don't even ask, Dan who. Don't even ask. And slight replay here is Matt Benson up 9 positions in 39th, overtakes Dave Palmer here, and gains that through No Name, and goes ahead. Colby Mann up 11, Trey Mistak up 11. Who knew this was going to happen? Colby Mann did not show up in practice or qualifying. I was there registered, but just I didn't see them on the track, so I didn't know what their pace was. Looks like they've set their livery with the Pro-Am class accents. And looks like Trey Mistak's going to try to make a move here as we go into Blanchimont. Oh my God! Don't even read what he said. It's Trey Mistak has not gone through just yet. And now I'm kind of confused. Which one's which? Oh, holy! That was Brian Zeborowski Jr. who was I was looking at. Oh! It's Craig Reese down. What happened here? Oh, all on his own. You hate to see it. But if you Trey, you have 13 positions. Colby Mann is ahead as they have passed Brian Zaborowski Jr. And now is he going to try to make a move here. So in the pace difference, should take note of that. Trey Misek did a 2:18.555 on his last lap. He is half a second faster than Colby Mann, but Colby Mann's going to get ahead of Tyler Kern on the inside. And through No Name, he's still going to have to fight on exit. Is he going to try to go and make the move through Puan? It's difficult. I don't think he's going to have the option here. Trey Misek's going to be kind of stuck. He's not going to be able to pass this driver for a little bit, a couple more corners, to say the least. Fakes the dive to the inside. And I'd say both these drivers are stuck. Colby Mann is stuck, and so is oh. What happened there? Do you guys see it? It's a Houdini. Trey Misek on the outside line on Francorchamps. He's going to hold it in, foot in, and gains the position over Tyler Kern. Not looking to fight back, but be defensive there is Brian Zaborowski Jr. on the outside line, in through bus stop, goes ahead and makes the position stick, and he is just overtaking Tyler Kern, but he's going to have to go defensive into La Source here. Let's see if he can't hold on to it. No, he goes right back onto the line. And Rodrigo Theory is out of this as well. Oh, he's just gone into pit on lap 5. And he's coming out. I'm not sure what to make of that. I mean, they keep going for the, even by his enough. It's quite the possibility. You were saying that they were fuel saving. Taking a look on board over here, we have Jeff, who is now only 2/10 separated from Arno Ganest. That was an 8/10, almost 9/10 difference for some time. It's even a 3.3 second gap to Austin McGill, 3.3. So if they are fuel saving, it is kind of confounding that Jeff would put himself in the position of getting reeled in by even a team competitor like this. It's yeah, it's not anything I can think of that makes sense at this moment in time, that they're deciding to just hang out with each other. Maybe gloves off at the end of the race in the last couple laps. Who knows? Oh, something happened here. Anthony V. Jenkins is pulling it over. And he has to tow. Looks like there's no damage on his car either. Well, it's quite possible. Lap 5, quality gas, fuel and everything. Who knows? Like Patterson, up 2 positions. Got Alex Othman just ahead of him, the Pax Oceani, and Cameron Dick behind in the Rexy Porsche. No change in the order from this, actually. They've been very close, but nobody's made a move just yet. It's just been kind of a Congo line here. Going back over to that Anthony B. Jenkins, it just shows that he pit. He didn't actually have any damage. Michael Othen did have a little bit of a whoopsie, and he was able to get out of that one. Aaron Siciliano had a little bit of a doozy there with Nicholas Mazza. Colby Mann. It says he may have crashed, but what actually happened, he crashed. He legitimately left the server. More than likely, he's crashed, but Lee Winters out there and just really slow. I don't think that was anything. Further back, what's that? Justin Cole. Ooh, that one was wild. And that was who was that? Oh man, and they came into contact. Can I get a blimp view of that? Little bit of a struggle, losing the rear, and then they smacked into each other. Oh, I see. Driver ahead, sort of. Whoa! Whoa! Almost caused a second accident there. And yikes. That was Travis Bartlett, who had a wiggle. You can see he had a wiggle, and he was trying to get the car back. That happens in Puan. And Mark Miller, the second. Another one to go off there. And the first one was actually Eric Koosman. And I think that's Max Poe, who went side by side. Let's go back at that. Ooh, he ran into him. Oh, got on the curbing. And that was... I'm not sure who that was with. That might be Max Poe. He has that black livery, but managed to keep it on the wall. And then Michael Othen, I'm not sure how you would describe this one. That might be Travis Bartlett, actually. He's got that kind of livery, but look at, there he goes, doors closing, and I mean, it's gotta know there's a driver right there. That's unfortunate for both drivers in hand. But that was the only other incident. Actually, no, it wasn't. Brian Zaborowski Jr. here. Oof. What a good race he's had. He's holding his brakes as well. Just spa things. Yeah, definitely just spa things. Looks like we still haven't learned to hold our brakes during a wreck. I mean... It was a little dicey there. Are you talking about the one that was in Puan? Because, yeah, that guy swept across. Trey Mistak up 19 positions now. Maybe looking to make this 20. He's got Scott Webber in his sights. What can the McLaren do against the Corvette here at Spa? Who knows? I'll hop on board with this driver and see whether or not he tries to go for those pump fakes and do the Kimmel straight. Looks like he's already got a really good exit lined up. Way more planted than Scott was there through the entry and midsection of that corner. Yeah, he's going to have that go down the inside line. And that is 20 for him. As Aaron Siciliano is just ahead 4/10 in the Lamborghini. The double take on that tiny manufacturer logo. I think he's the only Lamborghini, by the way, in this this race. You know, I always like when people do that. They take something out that they like. I mean, Lamborghini's a good car, but nobody runs it. If you want to see him quality and compete, I mean, it would just say Trey Mistak P1. It's like, Just like a couple other people that 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 race. Some of the aliens, when they do races with their presence, they go straight to the top of the board, do the one race, and say that was fun, and then don't show up for the rest of the season. Although, to be fair, it looks like Tyler Anderson almost lost position here to John Trevecki. Who's to say, though? Maybe this isn't Trey's best track. His best time is a 2:18.55. He doesn't even hold the best time. That honor goes to P1 and 2, who are doing 2:17s. Probably right. They're quicker as right now. On track, they're doing 2:17s. It should be said, though, Trey is having to pass a lot of people lap per lap, as looks like he has just passed Aaron Siciliano here through Eau Rouge. Let me check that back. Goes side by side with him and has that down. That's 21 positions gained. Braden Daniels up 5 positions here in the Porsche. It's like track racer. Ooh. Matt Benson now sideways. That's an awkward one. But, you know, we take those. Jeff Lubitsch gets by. Dave Palmer gets by. Ooh. Matt Benson is not by. Brian Zeborowski Jr. goes by as well. So it's positions gained. Matt Benson maybe having a little Le Mans flashback from the season finale. There at Portimao. Sorry there, Matt. Spa seems to be a crucible with the updated rescan. It's slick. People lose it everywhere. Usually people just lost it in a couple spots. Those were key spots. Everyone knew. Eau Rouge, Radion, exit of Blanchimont. Maybe through Lacombe. Who won for sure? But that's not a lot. Maybe he can do some burnouts. If he pops back into the spot, maybe we'll see some burnouts out of him. Jeff Lubitsch is going to get by Braden Daniel here through the bus stop, and it looks like he's gotten by and is ahead. That's P31 for Jeff Lubitsch. This is Scott Weber here on Adam Tingle as they're going to go side by side through La Source. The exit there, and who's going to get ahead here into Eau Rouge? Is it going to go? There it goes to Adam Tingle. He's now up 12 positions in 27th position. Scott Weber behind in the middle there. I know that's some like college. Where's now he's got a weed livery. Didn't he used to have a college team livery? Ohio State or something like that. Tyler Kern in the background there in the yellow Mercedes AMG. Looks like more of a whiff than anything. Whoa! There's another victim there through turn 8. Look up. It happens. A couple drivers might be getting a couple free positions here as Scott has put it back onto the board, onto the road there, and he's going to slot back in behind Braden Daniels, and now 7 drop. Leaves? The Buckeye leaves? That's not a weed leaf? Oh my god, am I... Alright, I guess you're right. It looks like a... I'm also not a pothead, so I have no idea. I thought, like, all of... I mean, it's green. Guess leaves are green, but... Alright. Why not both? It could be. But you're probably right. Well, there you go. A little bit more action to show you that livery. I'm not sure. I can't tell. It all looks the same to me. I mean, it's green and it looks like it flares out in a very specific way, like a maple leaf. I mean, if it wasn't red, I would probably call it pot. Oh, there you go. You up and design it. It's a good livery. It's got. I like the silver accent. It's a silver, yeah. In the middle. A lot of drivers going into the pit lane. Drivers that are not. It looks like these two are going to be fighting now. P1 and 2 up for grabs on lap 11. Does it go to Arnaud? It looks like it is right now. He's 2/10 up, and it does. Our race leader has changed to Arnaud Ganest. And already a significant drop there, 4/10. Jeff showing there. Something else. Blake Patterson has actually been behind Alex Offen for this entire race since he's made his positions gained, those 3 that he has. From what I can recall, like I don't think these two have. I mean, they're definitely battling each other. 2/10 faster for Blake on his last lap, but I don't think he can find a way by at this moment. If he does have the speed to get by, I'm not sure where he's going to find it. Looks like they've just been neck and neck lap after lap. Why is Chris not winning? I don't know. You should ask him. Chris Lambeth is in a 10th position. And ahead of him is a couple of pros. Trevor Bonesteel, also a pro. Eric Neville, pro. John Javecki. Actually, everybody ahead of him is a pro. So, technically speaking, the battle for P1 is Joshua Grosso and Chris Lambeth. The Pro-Ams, the Purple Pams, as I call them, they are leading, technically, in their class, just not in the overall. Chris Lambeth could have his first win that I can recall. He's shaming the baked beans name. Swap look orchestrated. I mean, they're teammates, so it looked like it was going to be. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. Now we got more drivers coming into the pit lane. Every driver has pretty much swapped here. From Tyler Anderson down the order. Every other driver above in P1 through 18 has not swapped, and there's the difference there. Tyler Kern, Tyler Anderson. The difference is Tyler Anderson comes up here. He has gone in the pit lane. He's gotten his fuel. Tyler Kern has not. This is not a race for a pass here for Tyler Anderson. He's going to just win this one naturally on the pit stops. Let's go further back. Thomas Photos going side by side with Cameron Dick, and they come together. And they're both... Oh, man. Did not expect that at all. But while we didn't expect it, let's take a look at the blimp of this. That's Rodrigo Theory who got ahead. Ooh. Bang. Ding. Ow. And hopefully one of them... It looks like Thomas Photos is going to continue. And Cameron Dick is out. Boris Holland is P31 at the moment. Richard Sevra is the driver he has to overtake for a win. Richard Sevra is in P15. That's 14 positions gained for this driver. 12 to Max Poe and 16, 30 to Trey Mistack. Also in the pits. Tyler Kern, 20. It's a lot. And this is the funny one. Jeff has opted to pit. So if this was a orchestrated move that they didn't follow the same pit strategy. Eric Neville in P3 for the Pax Oceani. What team is he on? Is he Heinz Silly Beans? Eric. Pax Oceani Purple People Eaters. They have not raced all season, but here they are for the finale, and they showed up. Well, I appreciate you guys showing up. Pax Oceani. You guys are always awesome to see as we have another Pax Oceani out there. Boom! That's a little bit of a bump there to Trevor Peterson. JD Daniel through. Pax Oceani practice team. His teammate is in 7th position. Trevor Bonesiel between these two Pax Oceani practice drivers. Oh, God. Yeah, you know, I was going to say the level of maturity that follows through on the GT3 Sprint Championship can go high and low for some individuals over the course of the entire roster. And yeah, I was clearly waiting when I saw that name in in the lineup that someone was going to say something, because why wouldn't you say something if you're Justin? Now these drivers are going into the pit lane now. This is where it's going to get exciting. We have our possibly potentially P1 driver who has just gone across he's going into turn 1, and Arnaud is out there. Is that it? He's got Eric Koonsman between them. It looks like he has stayed off that. And look at that. There was a 33.4. Jeff did a 33.7. Not a difference there on their pit stop. So the strategy of undercutting his rival did not work. Jeff is going to have to settle for P2 at the moment. He's 1.8 seconds back. That is unfortunate. Eric Neville here, who is out on his outlap. He's got both these Valhalla drivers ahead of him. That's Austin McGill and Darren Haynes. And John Javecki's in the mix of this here as well. Now it looks like Daniel Haynes in that McLaren Valhalla up ahead. He's kind of pulling away here, but Austin McGill has not pulled away just yet. He's got Eric Neville right on the heels. John Javecki's pulling a slight gap, 0.6 back. Oh no! That is a lot. That is a lot of sand. I thought it was going to be, from this perspective, you could say that maybe he just keeps cutting it. And I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Alex Oth. Ooh. All right. Let's go take the blimp view of this. Alex Othen was in 17th. Ooh, he had a snap on entry. That's unfortunate, but he just lost all those positions there. And Blake Patterson finally got by. As a driver who was sitting on on the rear there of Alex Alton for some time. He's probably excited about that one. We take those. Now he could probably show maybe more potential out of this race, as he is ahead of his rival, who has seen only the rear bumper for some time. On lap 15 of 20, and Zach Shelley behind might be able to take the fight. Who knows? Last lap was a 2:19.2. May not be able to make that happen. You shut your mouth there, Jacob. This track is amazing, and it is a crucible for those that are willing to try. It's definitely a skill issue if you don't like this track. This is an amazing track. It's the best track in the world. It's got everything everyone wants in racing. I mean, technically speaking, he isn't winning anymore. He is in second position, P2 in the Pro-Ams, the Purple Pams. Joshua Grasso is now leading the Pro-Ams at this moment, and he's going to take home a P1 if Chris Lambert can't pass him. This isn't Mo Sport. Gross. I mean, it's technically rigged since you don't even have to fight for your title on the last race. Jeff is going to get a P2 finish out of this, and it's going to not matter for not. He's still ahead of John Javecki, so he holds on to P2 in the Pro Class Championship. But that's all it's going to amount to. I did. Aiden Tech 1. Thank you for the follow. I'm not a fan. Did we even have a great race there? Are we even racing? I think we have. I'm remembering correctly. It's that one where you can see like all tiers when on the straights, like where it's after the curve. It's not a burger. I was talking about sandwiches. See, this is what you guys don't understand, is the secondhand lore you get. You gotta be there for these things. The Xfinity race was very, very much a contentious, or not contentious. It was just, we were just having fun, goofing about food. I was talking about sandwiches and cheese. I wasn't talking about burgers. And they were talking about chicken burgers, and I was saying chicken sandwiches are disgusting. Sandwiches. Chicken burgers? I've had a couple. Not a fan, but that's a totally different scenario. But chicken sandwiches is where I stand to say they suck as a sandwich. Po' boys, sliders, whatever you want. Like, we can start throwing all these different words into it, but it's a sandwich versus a burger. I am not wrong on this. I like burgers, not chicken burgers. And Chick-fil-A is still a chicken burger. Not a chicken sandwich. Unless they make it into a sandwich form like a BLT or, I don't know, a French dip. That's a sandwich. Eric Neville, 3/10 down on Austin McGill. Still no movement here into this this battle, as we got 5 laps to go. I'm not. It's chicken burgers. You can call it a chicken sandwich, but it's not the same thing. They're chicken sandwiches. Yeah. Where is the? There's the Jason's Chicken Shop, and then they put a chicken burger on it. So it's like, it's even more offensive that this livery isn't even categorizing my statements in the right way. I don't like pickles at all. I like cucumbers, but I don't like pickles. I don't like pickled things. It's weird. I'll eat it if it has a pickle, but like, I'm not gonna be like, can I get extra pickles? No, I'm not gonna do it. Not doing it. Our battle for P2 or P1 is still on hand. Land of the kitty baristas. I mean, there is that. The state is really, really... So that 1.8 second gap that Jeff had to P1 is now dropped to 6/10, but it was more like 4 before the braking zone. He's getting it back. He's clawing it. There's 4 laps to go. Anything can happen. Oh. And our battle for P1 here in the Pro-Am class is just swapped, as Chris Lambeth has now taken back P11 from Joshua Grosso. Looks like he's going to stay ahead for this moment. Dylan Maroney also trying to make a move here on Spencer Smith. I was just trying to goat me into this. I'm not doing it. I am going to remain a consummate professional. Joshua Grosso still trying to make a move here on Chris Lambeth. And it might be down right here. Still not yet. Hey, Sloppy Joe is technically what... I mean, but you have to put the... isn't it they add like a... Doesn't Sloppy Joe mix like have like some type of sauce in them as well? Anyway. Got you there. Checkmate, Jacob. Checkmate. I don't even know if those are words that make sense. A less messy, unkempt Joseph. Who knows? Joshua Grosso down the inside there through the bus stop. Doesn't make it happen just yet. 3 laps to go. He's trying to make any move here, and it hasn't worked out just yet. He was ahead at one point, but through Lacombs, Chris Lambeth was able to keep it ahead. And this is going to be quite the battle here for Chris Lambeth, who's holding on to P1 in the Pro-Am class in this race. Elliot Burton, who's in 13th position, he's going to finish P3 in the Pro-Ams. He's right there in the background. You can see him. But he's also P1 in the Pro-Am standings. So over Dylan Maroney and Rodrigo Theory. So it's pretty much a secured scenario for Elliot Burton here. He's got only 3 laps left to make this continue. Oh. And Eric Neville, while we were talking here, through No Name, he was able to get by Austin McGill. See if he still holds on to it. Yes, he does. So they're moving and shaking. So Austin McGill's now sitting between 2 Pax Oceani drivers, and a third is incoming. That's Christopher Daniel further back. That's actually JD Daniel as well. It's a lot of them. I don't think it's quite over, though. They're going to fight this into Blanchimont, and he did get by Daniel Haynes as well. Now they're going to be coming up to lap traffic with 2 laps to go. It's going to be 1 after they cross the line here. And now is John Javecki going to try to make something happen here? That's all said and done there before Eric Kunzman gets out of the way for these drivers that are battling it out here. But now Valhalla, who had a 1-2 row lockout, now have the Pax Oceani drivers, and they're in full force. What the heck is that? That is a SpongeBob livery? I haven't even seen that all race. Alright, that's Christopher Russo. That was, oh my god, that is just there. That is something else. They're pretty much wrapping it up. Chris Lambeth is still holding ahead of Joshua Grosso here. John Javecki, who's this Arnaud fella? Oh my god! What happened here? Oh, they tap. Oh no! Oh, and then he hits another one. Oh, they all come together. And JD Daniel has just dropped completely out of this race. Oh no. He was P7. Now Christopher Daniels P7. And that was lap traffic and through Lacombe that just... Oh, they all came. I don't even know who that was. That was Trevor Bonesteel as well. That wasn't Trevor Bonesteel. It was the other guy that looks like, that has the same livery-ish. Oh, God. I don't even know what to say. On the second to last lap, is it this? It's, yeah, we got one lap to go. Joshua Grosso trying to make a move here. Now it's saying the final lap. Pull over here. Arnaud crosses the line. It is going to be the final lap here. And, yep, they are crossing line for the final lap. And now only 2 Pax Oceanis are behind the more you do this, the more you realize how easy it is for NASCAR to get its all of their nice sound bites. Someone should do a seasonal of that, the season review of all the things I've said. I bet you won't find them. They're not clipped. Don't clip that. Austin McGill just behind. No, just ahead. Ahead of. Am I looking at that correctly? They're both in Valhalla livery, so it's hard to tell. It looks like Daniel Haynes is giving him no quarter, and Daniel Haynes is ahead or behind. He's now ahead of Austin McGill. He eats a lot of debris and dirt there, and it's going to really mess with him there. I can't tell at this point. I mean, I can now. SDK. Yeah. SDK. Whoa! Looks like a kind of a sloppy exit there for Arnaud Ganest, who now has Jeff 1/10 away from him through Blanchemont. Is he going to try to make something happen through the bus stop? This is his only chance to win the race on the final lap in the final couple corners here. On the outside, he bumps his rival. He gets through. And through goes Jeff, who's going to win this race over Arnaud Ganest. And got him right there as Eric Neville is going to take P3. Austin McGill into 4th. Christopher Daniel into 5th. Tyler Anderson into 6th. John Javecki into 7th. Daniel Haynes was sideways in the bus stop. He's going to go 8th. Chris Lambeth is going to finish 9th over Joshua Grosso, battling out there for that Pro-Am win. Elliot Burton in 11th. Spencer Smith into 12th. Blake Patterson into 13th. Dylan Maroney into 14th. Trey Misek into possibly staying ahead for 15th. 32 positions gained for him. Zach Shelley into 16. Marshall Scary into 17. Chris Moulton into 18. Richard Sever into 19. Alex Zier into 20. Max Poe 21. Nicholas Mazza 22. Adam Tingle crossing the line into 23rd. Tyler Kern into 24th. Aaron Siciliano into 25th. Brian Zaborowski Jr., who's got this end here to go through, and he's got P26. force Holland into 27th. Rodrigo Theory has no fuel, and Scott Webber pushes him across the line. Let's go! Rodrigo finishes in 28th. Scott Webber into 29th. Scott, what a blessed dude to do that. To finish 30th, pushing Rodrigo across the line with no fuel. Steve McAllister 30. Jeff Lubitsch 31. Braden Daniels 32. Craig Reese 33. Thomas Photos 34. Dave Palmer crossing line to 35th. Mark Miller the second is still out there on track. So is Hayden Mamenga. What an awesome sight to behold. Those drivers, I mean, that driver that didn't have the fuel got pushed across as he was being overtaken by several drivers. Wow. That is impressive. Scott Webber, you definitely win the Sportsman of the Season with that one. Mark Miller crossing the line for 36. Hayden Mamenga in 37th. Travis Bartlett in 40. Trevor Bonesfield 41. Eric Koonsman 42. JD Daniel 43. Trevor Peterson 44. Christopher Russo 45. Michael Hawthorne 46. Lee Winters 47. Honestly, the rest of this, it doesn't even make sense because a couple people are still in hand. We'll go over here. Jeff, congratulations on that win. It's got to feel good. You kind of bumped your rival there in the bus stop, but you got through and you took back the win. What happened, by the way, going through when you guys were when you were battling there at the start? You just it looked like you kind of like let him by there through Lacombe, or was he just got a quicker pace?
I had to slow down early on, so I had to serve my slow down. So I had to let him by earlier on. Plus, I didn't mind being behind him a little bit earlier on to hopefully do a little bit of fuel saving, because that's what he was doing in the for me, of course.
Okay, so that solves that one. And then on the pit stop, I mean, he got you there. You guys basically did the same type of pit stop. Looks like your undercut didn't work for you, but you just kind of like through lap after lap, you were able to claw back towards him. And were you just waiting for that final send? That was just where you're going to put all your money into. He did have a bad exit. I think out of what's I think that's the one after Stavlo. I think that's turn 16, that wide open one before Blanchimont. Like, it looked like he had a bad exit there. That's where you got a little bit more time on him. So is that really where you kind of positioned it there?
Yeah, positioned. He held the inside, so I figured I was just going to send it around the outside. I think he went a little deeper than he intended as well, so we made contact on the turn. But no, I've been practicing and racing with Arnaud kind of off and on this week, so it's kind of one of my better tracks. So that was a great race. I'm pretty pumped.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a great finish. You're going to finish second in the championship. That's got to feel great. John Civecchi was 7th in the overall, but I mean, how it turns out anyway. I think maybe Tyler will. I'm not actually. No, Tyler finished ahead of him. I'm not sure how those will play out, but looks like you're going to still hold on to second. That's got to feel great after a long season.
Yeah, that was the goal coming in. I knew I had to kind of be ahead of Tyler and John for the last race. So, that was a great finish. So, a great way to end the season. Happy to be P2 overall.
Yeah,
that was, I didn't expect it at the beginning of the season. So I'm very excited about that.
You showed a lot of pace gradually over time. I mean, you've been really getting faster and faster, and that pole position was really, really strong. I think you had a really strong start to the race, and then you ended up finishing it really strong. Congratulations to not only you and your Valhalla Motorsports teammates, rounding out that 1-2 row, and then also a little bit of a kerfluffle happened at the end of that race there for one of the drivers. I think that was Daniel Haynes. Unfortunate for him, but congratulations overall for your guys' teams.
Thanks so much, man.
Yep, and I hope you have a good one.
Thanks.
And Eric, congratulations on third. You truly just went through commanding that, like, you just held your spot for a while, but then once you went on Austin McGill and you got ahead of him, then you got Daniel Haynes almost in tandem over a course of a couple more corners. I mean, that's got to feel really nice when you try to like set that all up. Unfortunate for your teammate there who got destroyed there during lap traffic on the second final lap. That's really unfortunate for JD Daniel there. But I
Yeah, I
mean,
heard about that.
overall, yeah, the Pax Oceani, seeing that purple at the front of the grid, you guys all held on very strong. It didn't look like there was much team orders or anything. Did you guys swap at any point in with positions? Anyone swap based on pace or anything like that?
Not that I heard. Yeah, not that I remember. No,
Yeah, it just looked
we
like
were
you
just.
guys were flying. It looked like Christopher Daniel almost had a chance himself to make those overtakes. Maybe a couple more laps, he would have been able to do it. But I mean, it was down to that final wire. You got ahead. You finished P3. I mean, it's still got to feel pretty good. Those 1 and 2 were just aliens. They were just ahead. I mean, they were, I think, what, 6 seconds ahead or something like that at the end, maybe five or so. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna count this as a win because those guys were too fast.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, they pumped in 217s consistently for like I would say I think it was 4 or 5 laps over just one after another. When people were saying their fuel saving, so it could be a little different on that one.
Yeah, those guys were crazy. Congratulations to them. But
Yeah,
P3, yeah,
congratulations.
as to the rest, I'll take that.
Yeah, congratulations overall for the rest of that. I mean, it's not as far as it goes for you guys. You and Matthew Baldwin hadn't showed up at all this season, or this season,
Yeah,
but you did show up for this one, which I appreciate you showing up. I think even the one set of points that you guys are no, you showed up for the first season, just not the second season. My apologies there.
yeah, I
Uh,
think we did the first race and the last race
yeah,
of the total overall season, the
you
long
guys
season.
had some points for third, fourth, and fifth as well in the first half. But I mean,
Okay.
you might be able to overtake Avalanche Racing. You're not too far difference in the points different on the overall. So maybe a couple more positions gained. Sorry, I didn't get a have to. I also didn't have to say Pax Oceani Purple People Eaters a lot, and that was a heavy handful there. So thanks for not showing up to for me having to say that too many times.
Well,
Um,
you're welcome then, I guess.
yeah. Well, anything to say? Just once again, congratulations on that P3, and any last remarks before we get you going?
No, just thanks for doing Spa because it's the best track in the game.
Absolutely, and that is said by a true classman that understands that Spa is one of the best tracks on the service. It is the best track. It goes out to everyone in the chat. Thanks, Eric, for joining me.
Yep, not a problem. Have a good one.
You too. That said, that done, everybody, thank you for joining me. It is going to be shaping up that Jacob Simmons will win the pro standings for season 13, the second half and the overall. That much could be said. Elliot Burton for the second half of the Pro-Ams, who is also going to finish the Pro-Am, being back promoted to Pro, as he should be. Richard Severa in the AM class will also be promoted to either Pro-Am or Pro. I'm not sure how they're going to shake that one up, but he is quick. He's very quick. That said, the results past 30-something, things have changed slightly. So I'll take a look back at that one. It was Eric Koonsman, 41, Trevor Peterson, 42, Michael Authen, 43, Christopher Russo, 44, Lee Winters, 45, Alex Authen, 46, Justin Cole, 47, Cameron Dick, 48, Matt Benson, 49, Colby Mann, 50, Anthony V. Jenkins, 51, Tom Smith, 52, J.R. Hoops, 53, and Charles Reedon, 54. Those were the drivers that were set out of order at the end there because it still had to update on the last driver that hadn't crossed the line. Appreciate everybody for joining me, and can't wait to see you guys for the next season, as well as Broken Wing Le Mans series that is going to be returning. And the Xfinity, we're giving it one more go, and we're going to be doing more super speedways, more fun. That's on Wednesdays. V versus Ray's multi-class is on Thursdays. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in a couple weeks.